habits that are making your urinary incontinence worse? As if that's even possible. Probably. Most likely you're going through your entire day doing all sorts of activities that are making it harder for you to hold it in. In this video, we're going to talk about 3 habits that you need to kick if you have urinary incontinence. Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Juanita Benedict. I am a doctor of physical therapy and I am completely obsessed with helping people realize that health doesn't have to be so hard. If that sounds like something that you're interested in and you would like to know more about, make sure you subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell so you'll know when new videos are uploaded. In this video though, we're going to talk about urinary incontinence. After treating so many women, I have watched them regain control of their lives by simply regaining control of their bladder. Can we get real? Can we talk about how annoying it is to worry about leaking urine whenever you cough or sneeze? Do you really want to wear those expensive pads just in case your best friend tells a funny joke? No. Of course you don't. A lot of women think that urinary incontinence is a normal part of aging or something that just happens after you push a couple babies out of that vagina. It is not a normal part of aging. What that means is that your body is able to regain control of that bladder. No longer will you have to tell your friend to stop telling the story that leaves you in stitches because you don't want to pee your pants. But the best place to start regaining control of your bladder is taking a good look at your habits that you have that might be making it worse. The first habit that you want to reconsider is how much caffeine you are drinking. You know, whenever you've drank too much caffeine or you know somebody who's drunk too much caffeine and they're really jittery and they talk really, really fast and everything is moving and maybe the eye is twitching and all kinds of weird things are happening. Well, that's because caffeine affects everything in your body. It speeds it up. It's a drug, in fact. But not only does it affect the muscles and things that you can see, but also the things that you can't. There is a muscle that sits right on top of the bladder, and not only are your arms and hands and eye twitches happening, but that muscle is also contracting. That confuses the bladder. The bladder is saying, okay, am I supposed to go to the bathroom? Am I not supposed to go to the bathroom? I know that I maybe should go, but I don't feel like I need to go, but I feel like this muscle's contracting. I'm not quite sure what to do. So when you drink a lot of caffeine, it creates those mini contractions in that muscle, making you feel as though you need to go to the bathroom. In fact, there was a recent study that showed that women who drink 3 cups of coffee or more in a day are 70% more likely to have urinary incontinence than those who don't. 70%, ladies! Of course, coffee's not the only culprit. You need to look at your teas and also your sodas. And sodas are just terrible anyway. So the next time you're standing in line at Starbucks and you're thinking about getting that venti latte, you may want to consider that that is actually 4 cups of coffee. Your bladder may not thank you. The second habit that you need to consider if you have urinary incontinence is your intake of liquids. Now, this is not going to be what you think it's going to be. I'm going to throw a little curveball at you here. A lot of women, whenever they have to go to the bathroom more, they restrict their intake of water. So they don't drink quite as much during the day. Ladies, repeat after me. Urine is not water. What urine is waste from your body that is filtered through your kidneys and stored in your bladder. Water does help to flush out that waste and get it through the process a little bit more quickly, but water doesn't go directly to your bladder. In fact, if you reduce how much water you're actually taking in, the urine becomes more concentrated and it irritates the bladder. And just like if your kids are driving you nuts and irritating you, what do you want to do? Get rid of them for a few minutes? That's exactly what your bladder wants to do. It wants to get rid of that urine as fast as it can because it's irritating it, because it's so concentrated, because you haven't had enough water. Not only that, but not drinking enough water can lead to constipation. But that is for another video. To be fair, there is a time when you need to reduce your intake of liquids, and that's really before bedtime. You don't want to be drinking a big gulp and then hop into bed. Chances are you're going to be getting up quite a few times during the night. However, during the course of the day, make sure that you're drinking enough water to keep you healthy. Drink up. Make sure it's water though, and not coffee. And the third habit that we need to talk about, and we really need to talk about this one, ladies, hovering over top of the toilet. Let's say you're in a restaurant or you're out in a store and you know that you have to go to the bathroom, but you also know that you are not going to make it home and you're going to be forced to go to the bathroom in a public restroom. A lot of us walk in these public restrooms and the first thing we do when we see that toilet is think, who was here before me? How do I know that they were clean? I don't know anything about the bottom that last touched that toilet. So what do? We decide that that's the best time to strengthen our legs and we decide to practice our squats. We squat over top of the toilet as to not let our precious bottoms touch that possibly disease-infested seat. There are a couple problems with this. First of all, a practical one. If your legs aren't strong enough and you don't squat low enough, then the pee will absolutely bounce out of the toilet and onto your clothes. Don't ask me how I know that. But that's not the biggest problem. The biggest problem is that if you are squatting over top of that toilet, you're actually confusing and weakening those pelvic floor muscles. And the pelvic floor muscles are the ones that we want to be strong. They have to be in a relaxed position before things come out nice and smoothly. And if you're squatting, they are not relaxed. In fact, they're contracting because they're trying to do their job, which is to stabilize you. So if you're a squatter and really terrified of putting your bottom down on a toilet, let's talk about some options. You can carry with you those disposable toilet seats. They're easy to find. You can probably find them in most stores, but I'll tell you what, I'm going to put a link in the description to Amazon so that you can just order them off from there to make it convenient for you. But if for some reason you find yourself out and you don't have those disposable toilet covers with you, take some toilet paper and put it around the toilet seat and then sit down. Do not start your urine stream until your bottom is firmly planted. Do not hover on the toilet. So there you have it, ladies. 3 habits that you are probably doing all day long that are making your urinary incontinence worse. What I would like to know from you is, how is it that I can help you to reclaim your life and have better bathroom stories? If you found this video helpful, informative, or maybe even just entertaining, make sure you go ahead and like this video and subscribe. I would love for you to be a part of the Practically Healthy community, where we're going to go on these journeys and figure out how to make our everyday activities healthy habits. Because it is my mission to help everyone realize that health doesn't have to be hard. I'll see you in the next video.